Now, according to the latest poll results from NOIPolls, most Nigerians are currently buying petrol at an average of 116 naira per litre across the country, with the southeast geopolitical zone accounting for the highest average sale price of 128 naira per litre. Bell Ihua, the CEO of NOIPolls, joins us now via Skype to discuss that poll. Thank you so much, Bell, for joining us. I guess the big takeaway, though, is that we have seen the price come down in terms of the official price to 86 naira, and while we are still seeing sales above that price, it seems on average that average price is also coming down. So I imagine that the government is doing something right.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Wale, for having me on your show. It's a poll NOIPolls conducted on the week commencing the 19th of January to track petrol pump price across the country. And just as you said, 84% of Nigerians who are currently buying petrol are buying above the official pump price of 86 naira in NNPC stations and 86 naira 50 kobo at independent marketer stations. And as I said, on average, it's 116 naira across the country. But yes, you're right to say that the cost is coming down slightly. As you know, the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, just released some stats for December 2015, where they found that petrol sold at 119 naira 65 kobo in December. So yes, it's slightly coming down, but then again, 29 naira 50 kobo to 30 naira difference from the official pump price. It's quite a lot. And the southeast geopolitical region with 128 naira is the highest.
Well, for you, why is this poll important? What's this result telling us about Nigerians and what they're dealing with, and of course the spending patterns that we're seeing?
It's very important for two things. So one, it's got implications on Nigerians as a people. Part of the question the poll asked was the fairness of the official pump price. And I'll tell you categorically that 70% of those polled thought that the price set by the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources was fair. The 86 naira and the 86.50 is fair. However, because they are not getting it at that price, it becomes a problem. Secondly, there are policy perspectives to this also. We've been seeing that DPR, for instance, has stepped up its monitoring efforts across the country, and it's going around clamping down on filling stations that are not selling at the official pump price. The challenge, therefore, is that there is a disconnect between how much the independent marketers are buying from the depots. So you can go to the filling station to shut them down for not selling at the 6 naira 50 kobo, but the question is how much are they getting it from the depot? So there are policy implications for the Ministry of Petroleum Resources to see the sources of where independent marketers are getting their petroleum products and know how to do it. Secondly, also, there are issues of landing charges. So you pick your products from Lagos, or you pick your products from Warri, or you pick your products from Kaduna. Where are you taking it to? There are distances to the specific location. So independent marketers are raising all manner of issues about landing charges, about the cost of hauling those products from the point, from the depots to the filling stations. So there's need for some cushioning effect to be able to gauge these differences.
Right, but Bell, let me ask you this. From all indications, like you've noted in your report, in the southeast, they seem to be used to much higher prices, well over 120, I believe. Do you think that, especially as you've articulated the issue around landing charges and transportation charges, that Nigeria should begin to open up to the idea of not one uniform price across the country, but perhaps regional prices?
Exactly. That's really what we're saying, and we should start thinking of moving away from that point where we have one uniform price to giving opportunities for variance. So, for example, I pick my products from Lagos, and my filling station is in Ibadan, or I pick my products from Lagos, and my filling station is in Akure, the differences in haulage, the differences in landing charges need to all be factored into the picture. But what's critical here is the fact that you cannot ask a filling station or an independent marketer to sell below his cost price. It's simply anti-capitalistic, it's unhealthy to businesses, and it will definitely hamper investment into the sector. There's need for the DPR and the Ministry of Petroleum Resources to actually look and consider the sources actually from the depot where the independent marketers are getting their products. That way they can rather align it from the back end and walk it forward, as opposed to having just the 86 naira 50 kobo, which is not necessarily working right in making business sense for the independent marketers.
Well, I do get the sense that they can shut them down, but obviously the business and the economics around the business, I guess, are telling us a different story. We'll see what happens. Thank you so much for joining us, Bell Ihua, the CEO of NOIPolls, giving us some perspective on that poll around petrol prices across the country.